wow, what do you know? It's time for the Pocket Knife Show. Hey, it's Mike on the mic again for another episode of the Pocket Knife Podcast. A little over a month ago, I cataloged all my original songs and discovered several things. The first revelation was that, as I mentioned in episode 137, The Lost Songs, I'd written far more songs than I imagined. The second was the realization that some tunes were completely forgotten. If you listened to that Lost Songs episode, you know I dug through my video archives and recovered a few which had gone AWOL from my brain. The third curiosity was that there were a dozen or so unfinished projects. A chorus without any verses, a line or two or three. These were songs I'd started but failed to bring to completion. The Light Breaks Forth was one of those not quite done tunes until just over a month ago. It was one of my older chorus-only creations. It had been incomplete for years. Even without going to my early recording of it, the melody came easily to mind. Light breaks forth from the darkness, life bursts out of the grave, the word spins out of the mouth of God, and all creation sings praise. I liked what I had, but it needed more. I don't know what prompted it, but I pulled it out on a November morning and started fiddling with it. I hummed a melody for a verse. I tried singing the notes while strumming the chords. It wasn't quite right. I turned to John 1, the chapter which is the Apostles' Christmas/Advent/God with us story of sorts. The first words he put to paper were about Jesus, the Word, and about life in him and the light he brought into the world. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was with God in the beginning. Through him all things were made. Without him nothing was made that has been made. In him was life, and that life was the light of all mankind. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. These words, and others from the chapter, kicked off a writing frenzy. I pulled together 3 verses and an alternative chorus. I scrapped the latter, but kept and modified the rest until I was satisfied with what I'd done. At each stage, I recorded what I had to my phone. No more lost songs! The first recording was the verse and chorus in C, the key I'd originally written it in. The last included all 3 verses and the chorus in F. There was a recording in E somewhere in between these two, too low, and another in G, way too high for this baritone. The words and keys settled on, I went to work on how I would perform it. At some point, I reordered the verses to fit the Jesus storyline better and made the mood of the dying for sins and rising from the dead verse more somber until the end of it. A double repeat of the chorus ended up rounding things out. And so what was unfinished became finished. Having recorded the song, I updated my spreadsheet and set about getting this episode ready so you could hear the completed project. I put off releasing it until now, so the revelation of the song was closer to Christmas. I hope it will help you celebrate the gift God gave when He sent His Son. Let joy and thanksgiving rule in your heart as you listen. The Word who was before the world, the Word who was with God. That Word was born in a cattle stall, and all the heavens rang. The light breaks forth from the darkness, the life bursts out of the grave. The Word spins out of the mouth of God, and all creation gives praise. The light who came into the world, the light who made men see, that light revealed the love of God for cursed humanity. The light breaks forth from the darkness, the life bursts out of the grave. The Word spins out of the mouth of God, and all creation gives praise. The life who died upon the cross, the life who paid for sin. That life endured both pain and loss, and then he rose again. The light breaks forth from the darkness, the life bursts out of the grave. The word spins out of the mouth of God, and all creation gives praise. The light breaks forth from the darkness, the life bursts out of the grave. The word spins out of the mouth of God, and all creation gives praise. Let me close by reading a few of the other verses from John 1, which gave guidance as I wrote. The true light that gives light to everyone was coming into the world. He was in the world, and though the world was made through him, the world did not recognize him. He came to that which was his own, but his own did not receive him. Yet to all who did receive him, to those who believed in his name, he gave the right to become children of God. Children born not of natural descent, nor of human decision or a husband's will, but born of God. The Word became flesh and made his dwelling among us. We have seen his glory, the glory of the one and only Son, who came from the Father, full of grace and truth. Praise God, the light has come. The life is here. The Word was made flesh, and so salvation can be ours. Oh no, it's sad I know we've come to the end of the show. See you next time.